Hey guys, so this is a review and kind of comparison that I've been wanting to make for a long time. So this is a 2017 Mercedes-Benz AMG GLE43. This is a 2021 Dodge Durango RT Tow and Go. This is about as close to a comparison as you can get between Mercedes-Benz and Chrysler. Now, of course, we would supposed to be comparing the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT to this, but in today's years, they don't make the Jeep SRT anymore. So this is the closest comparison that we can get. So back in the day, this WD version of the Durango and the WK version of the Grand Cherokee were both made off of the old ML chassis from Mercedes-Benz, which this GLE was basically a facelift off that ML platform. So when it's all said and done, this GLE shares the same platform as this Durango, or I should say this Durango shares the same platform as this GLE. So we both have the AMG 43 and the RT Tow and Go, which is basically would be considered a scat pack if it was a Charger or Challenger. So not quite the hyped up AMG 63 version or the Hellcat version, but we have the next best things, which would be very close competitors. So we're looking at this brand new, this stickered for almost $83,000. Brand new, this stickered for almost $65,000. So almost a $20,000 difference. What do you get with it? You get a bi-turbo 3-liter V6, which we will pop the hood on quick. And you get a naturally aspirated 5.7-liter Hemi V8. So it's safe to say that this chassis has been tossed around a lot, and it is very versatile to what engine you can put in it. So with this comes all-wheel drive, of course. This has 365 horsepower and about 390 pound-feet of torque out of this 3-liter bi-turbo V6. So now what do we get in this big old beast here? Mind you, if you look closely, you have two functional heat extracting vents on the top of that GLE. You have two functional heat extracting vents on this Durango and the intake to cool it. So really, when you think about it, we're going to shut this off quick. Really, when you think about it, these two trucks are more similar to each other than not. So we're popping the hood again. This is, of course, the 5.7-liter Hemi V8 with all of the SRT goodies underneath it, including transmission, final drive, and that, of course, is an AMG, so that has all the AMG goodies on it. Transmission, final drive, blah, blah, blah. So this has 365 horsepower, 390 pound-feet torque. Pretty much the same exact specs, but this has a wider power band than that. This, because it is a turbo, you do need to get higher in the power band to get that available torque, to get that available horsepower. But, of course, this you need to get really high in the rev range to get to the optional horsepower or the highest horsepower output. And, of course, you get the lower end torque out of that V8, about 1,000 RPMs lower out of this Hemi at 2,500 compared to this bi-turbo, which you kind of have to rev out. But it is interesting to note here, this has a red line of about 6,100 RPMs. This has a red line of about 6,300 RPMs. So there's really not much of a difference. 0 to 60 in both of these trucks are pretty similar. This is 5.5. This is 5.5. So this Durango weighs about 500 pounds more than this Mercedes-Benz. This Mercedes-Benz is about 5,000 pounds. This is about 5,500 pounds, give or take. Of course, you've got your active vents on both sides. AMG SRT. So why, if this is a bigger truck, why does this propel itself 0 to 60 the same as that? Low end torque, that's simply what it is. It's the low end torque is how this truck gets to 60, the same speed as that smaller one right there. Low end torque, transmission, that's basically all it comes down to. Engine tuning, mapping, that sort of stuff. So again, as we look here, we have a awesome demonic red interior. This truck is pretty dirty. Now again, you're gonna notice some different plastic pieces in here that aren't quite as soft to the touch as a Mercedes, of course. But realistically, really not much of a difference. It just looks nicer in the Mercedes than it does in the Dodge. But you're still getting plastic pieces everywhere. So at the end of the day, why would you pay $20,000 more for something like this when you could buy this brand new? I don't know. I don't know. We bought this used, so we didn't have to worry about that. But this is a comparison. So again, we're going to look at features here. This comes with adaptive cruise control, a nice head unit, nice Uconnect 5, heated and cooled seats, lumbar adjustability there, track mode, sport mode, tow mode, snow mode, all of the optional things there. Heated steering wheel as well, heated and ventilated seats, a nice sunroof, all blacked out interior, 3 rows. And in here, you have heated seats, no heated steering wheel, no ventilated seats. Same sort of seat structure. You have your lumbar, you have your up, down, back, forth, and this is actually automatically controlled. The headrest is. And you also get 3 different driver settings to where you get 2 different driver settings on the Durango. You do get a really nice Mercedes command system there. You get a smaller unit right there. Get some nice AMG gauges though. The steering wheel on these two are identical. There's really no difference in the steering wheel. The interior in this is just about the same size. Of course, you're missing the 3rd row. The seats in this, though, I will give it, are way more comfortable. And that is real leather as well. Hopping into the back. One thing I do actually want to note here is that these are soft closed doors. Soft close. So in the back, very, very, very comfortable. You will notice there is a ton of room in here. Looking at legroom in the back of both of these vehicles, you're going to notice that you do get a little bit more in the Durango, but not much, depending on where the driver and the passenger are sitting. These are adjustable. These can lean back if you want. These can only recline back to where they're at right now. Of course, you do get a panoramic sunroof in this, which is nice, with automatic closing shade and a nice little hatch area. You do get heated rear seats on this along with the Durango, and you get just a fancier climate control system, but the Durango does have that same climate control system. Ambient lighting in here, which you get 3 different modes. You get a clear, you get the sunburst yellow, or you get the polar color. Some nice carbon fiber accenting here, and some peasant blockers for the rear as well, which is nice. Soft closed doors. Now we're going to take a look at the back here. AMG GLE43. We're going to open this puppy up. And we're going to open this puppy up. Durango 4 all-wheel drive RT. Which back looks better? Which baby has more back? Durango or the AMG? Of course, you get the SRT exhaust in the back, and you get the AMG exhaust in the back. You have your towing cover covered by that towing cover right there, that towing area covered by the cover, and you get the towing area exposed on this GLE. This GLE can tow 7,200 pounds. This can tow 8,700 pounds. So still a fair amount for this GLE. But now, of course, this is only a 2-row SUV, but this platform was used to make that Durango. So you can see how much room you've got in the back there. quite a bit for a two-row SUV. This would be very comparable to the Grand Cherokee. Of course, here with that third row seat down, you have a shit ton of room for dogs, cargo, whatever. Power closing tailgate. And power closing tailgate, but not on the side. It is up here. There we go. That closes a lot nicer than that. So, looking from the back, the Durango does have the more athletic look to it, but this AMG also has a very athletic look to it. Not quite as athletic as a Durango, but that is due to the Durango's huge tires and rims. These are 295/45 R20s, 20-inch by 10-inch rims. We'll shut the door. These are still huge. These are 265/45 R20s. So you're losing about 35 width right there. But they're still really nice and really big. Interesting to note, both of these have active headlights. So they are active high beams and they actively turn when you turn. So that is also interesting to note. This has Sport, Sport Plus, individual mode, and snow mode, along with comfort mode. This does have comfort mode, tow mode, snow mode, track mode, and sport mode as well. So also very interesting to note there. So at the end of the day, this is about as close of a comparison to a Mercedes-Benz product and a Chrysler product as you can get. As we all know, the ML chassis was the chassis that started the new WD and WK Durango and Jeep Grand Cherokee. These features on this vehicle are very, very similar to that AMG, and likewise for the AMG to the Durango. Now, at the end of the day, let me know in the comments what truck you would pick out of these two and why. I think both on the used market offer a very, very intriguing buying proposition. They can do it all. You can have fun on the weekends. You can tow your boat. You can haul your family around, and you can look cool while doing it. So, which truck and why? Luckily for me, I don't have to decide.